Will,
Hey,
what happened last time on Ebon Ward?
last time on Ebon Ward, Maze went to go visit with his mom and asked her about the Legion Lantern you guys had gotten in episode 6. Turns out the lantern is basically more or less exactly what you need. It's just damaged and its initial purpose isn't exactly perfect.
And as was found out retroactively, it's filled with a bunch of frogs and Conroy right now.
Yes, it is. Actually, that wasn't even Conroy's real name, but that's a whole other can of
Oh,
worms.
he's Conroy now.
What, more?
Yeah.
What do you mean, Lord? He was introduced as Rufus. We started calling him Conroy.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that was just a thing we made up.
I forgot that was just a thing we made up.
In any case. And it was also an opportunity for Rosa to meet Maze's mom and also find out that Conrad, a totally different person, which is not confusing for new people at all, did not die in a dynamite fishing accident. So then we moved onwards to follow Redpath as he visited his father, Jacques. And he had given the warning to his father of like, hey man, you shouldn't stick around. Bad things are happening. And Jacques went, I'm a cleric, you need me. And Redpath went, you're right, actually. Here's some stew. And Jacques also wanted to make it clear that that Redpath is welcome to do as he pleases in life, and actually gave him like 5K just to make sure that, you know, he could have himself a nice time in the city and just feel more
I
comfortable.
finally got my Gerber baby fund.
You sure did. Dia went back to the Siren Song Hotel and spent a lot of time with Fez, discussing the new were-Crocowolf that she has become and the amount of control that comes from behind that, and also just sort of discussing their own personal lives and goals and drives, as it were. And we're very supportive of one another, and also trying to figure out, what do we do next? Nash was guided by Scream Eater to Smooth as Silk to get some new ribbons and things to look very, very pretty. And you also learned while you were there that Octavia has actually taken over the Dulane family, and because of this, it has allowed Armella to not go to jail for an extended period of time. Later, you guys all regrouped, and then Garen left because he was like, I don't want to be a part of the plot, and went over to the Harrison estate to discuss some of the next actions that would need to be taken before the Keepers arrive to Leviara. One of the things that Amaranth agreed to do is that she was planning on going to the academy the next day to see what educators would be willing to participate in providing defenses for the city. And you all agreed that Amaranth might be the one that needs to lead these negotiations, as the Portmaster is not great under pressure, to be blunt. And that is more or less where we left off, as you guys were making your way to dinner at the Harrison estate. Let me get some music changed over as Roll20 loads this map ridiculously slowly for me. I will also ping. Where is my Harrison music? But yeah, no. So as you guys are making your way over to the dining hall, you saw that Artigan had actually more or less sprinted back into the house when he heard that Tabby was cooking. And so he dashed past all of you, like basically in between Embernice's legs to get into the dining hall to chat with her a bit before it all goes underway.
My boy down bad.
Hey, she's a nice lady. I like my girls.
These are my girls. I like my girls.
And
Is there
so
music? Because I don't have it.
There it is.
there is.
Can you restart it once?
Yes.
All right, just
Can you hear it?
because you're a swell guy.
Nope, it looks like I'm permanently dead. Hang on.
Do a refresh.
Yeah, I'll try one refresh.
Did you not have music earlier?
I haven't had music at any point so far.
Why
Sad.
did you say anything?
What are you,
reason,
Joe?
So I'm used to not having music when I join, because often Roll20 doesn't really start playing it until a song begins playing after you're in.
Yeah.
But so I thought I would just get it once you switched off of what I assumed was the opening theme. Okay, can you? Oh, I think I can get it now if you restart it one more time.
Can you hear
Yes. Okay. Thank
it?
you.
There we go.
Cool.
Thank
I
goodness.
appreciate it. Sorry, I ruined the viewer experience.
This is
It's
already-
okay,
we-
Aram.
we
It's
started
not the
like
first
20
time.
We started like 20 minutes late. It is this one's a wash anyway. So
Yeah,
Okay,
everybody just
session's
leave this
canceled.
session.
Anyway,
Just
what'll
go
happen
home.
next time on Ebon War?
yeah, so Rosa is walking with all of you, and Redpath likely tapping his foot of like, you said you'd come with me to dinner, dear.
Yeah, no, he's just waiting there seeing if Nash or Maze have anything to say to him before he goes, and just like waiting around if anybody needs anything from him.
Nah, Maze is just doing the usual dude in an area maneuver of hands in his pockets looking at stuff.
Mm-hmm. Rosa looks back. So it sounds like some of you are planning on heading out. That's more than fine. You don't feel obligated to stick around. But if you didn't want anything on the way out, that's also fine as well.
Redpath, you're gonna turn down dinner here?
Yes, I have previous engagements.
Oh, all right. Looks back and forth. I guess this thing you want to talk to me about, I assume is urgent. I honestly can't think of a time that you've said, hey, we need to talk, and it's been about something trivial, so...
Well, it depends. Do you think you have the attention span to sit here, eat dinner, and then come back to find me later? Will you even be able to get a boat back to town?
They stopped. I guess I just assumed the Hairsifs could get boats wherever they wanted, whenever they wanted, by virtue of being the Hairsifs.
Rosa nods. I mean, Artigan, we can also give him the order to provide you transport back if you want it to be faster. Or if you're willing to wait a little bit, we can call out to the Horde of House Hairsif to have a vessel brought over. I mean, anything, whatever
Well,
you guys want to do is fine by us.
I'm getting the sense you seem a little... You seem like you have something on your mind. So why don't we talk about it sooner rather than later? Where are you
Oh.
going?
I believe I'm going back to... Where was it we decided? Would it just be them using the kitchen at the hotel, or is this going over to Jacques' house, or what?
You can go to Jacques' house if you want. You can have it wherever. I also know that Dia seemed interested in talking to Rosa
Yeah.
about something.
Yeah. It'll probably be back at the hotel.
Okay, yeah, that suits me just fine. Hey, Rosa, you know where we're staying in town, right?
Yes, the siren song.
If it's not too much trouble, can you stop by after you're done with dinner here? Actually, do you have anywhere in town that you like to, I don't know, hang out, shop, whatever?
Well, when it comes to shopping, I certainly don't mind smooth as silk.
There's
Besides,
something around there, yeah.
I'm also more than happy to just meet with you by the tiny bucket or something of the sort. Like, there's plenty of lovely
Yeah,
places to be.
we'll just keep it cash. Have a nice walk down the street. I just wanted to hang out with you for a little bit.
Oh,
Maze raises an eyebrow,
Sense
suspicious.
motive.
No
I would
one
like
wants
to sense motive.
Me too. No one wants to hang out with Rosa.
even you know what? Rosa's even doing a sense motive. She's like, what is this? Who's buttering me up? What's going on here?
I mean, I guess I'll roll a
Maze.
Jesus.
Impossibly suspicious move, heavily scrutinized.
Everyone knows.
Actually, hold on. I just realized. It's actually a plus 14, so it's an 18. Ty goes to defender. Rosa just goes, oh, that's so sweet. Yes, I'd love
The
that.
party knows you're
Dia
trying
looks around, sees everyone else giving her the side eye. She's just like, I didn't want to make it a big deal.
Redpath he goes to turn. I hope you feel bad about yourself.
Rosa just claps her
Hey,
hands
maybe I'll
together.
just have dinner here and you can fucking jump in the ocean, buddy. Didn't even acknowledge that remark. He's just going, ugh, all right.
Hello, Brutus.
See you later.
Mr. Redpath, hello. It gives a little salute to you.
Bye, dear.
Bye, Nash.
You see that Brutus like kind of squats to talk to you. Oh, my damn knees. Do you?
Sir, please stand up. You're making a fool of yourself.
Oh, bless you. He stands up again. Oh, did you need transportation or anything of the sort?
Yes, if it's readily available.
It can be. If you'll excuse me for just a moment.
Starts digging into the earth.
Not exactly. Actually, hold on. Let me look at my spells list. Maybe I can just ping
Maybe
my
I
guy.
banish you.
Let's see here.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me just send you to the plane of water.
There.
Brutus takes a step forward, and you see him point into the building and just mumble, "Get your ass out here. Our guests would like to leave." Back in the dining room. Yeah, no, like, sorry. I duty calls. Door slams into Embernice. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh God, it's fine. Hey, can I? Yes, come back later. You've got a job to do, and so do I. Right? Yeah. Okay. God, folks, gives a little salute, and as he comes out here, like pokes his head out the window. What's your fucking problem? Our guests would like to leave. You have a job. Yeah. All right. Oh, hey, it's some of my favorites, though. Let's go.
Hey, yeah, one of your guests would like to leave. He's being a sour little bitch about it.
Am I really gonna have to be on a boat with you two for this? You better.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's
Doesn't
go.
Why
sound
is
fine.
she mad at me?
I don't know. Maybe you had some tood. I don't know your life.
Scanning brain.
Tude, do I give people tude? That doesn't sound like me.
You've absolutely given tood.
What?
Karen.
Garen.
Stop!
being-
My
that's-
conscience! No!
Yeah,
Ah!
that's the Garen that lives in your brain.
Yeah, and so Art again scurries onto the boat, getting it ready for you guys. Back up with Rosa, Maze, and Nash. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do while you were here at the Hersif Estate?
Huh? I don't think there's anything in...
We're just two homies having dinner.
Yeah, no, we're just hanging out. I think Maze has much the same thought. Just like, been a while since I've just been able to chill with Nash. Let's chill. Let's be bros.
Revenard, we have the split has been kind of Dia Nash to Maze Redpath for a while now. We gotta have a different split.
Yeah, I gotta hang with my boy.
The boy.
Yeah, but Rosa senses a lot of dude energy, and she's like, "Oh, okay, well, whenever you guys are comfortable, if you're gonna go throw the old pigskin or something, I don't know what this vibe is, but I'll leave it to you."
It's been a while since we've thrown the old pigskin. Oh, very well could.
Even have one of those?
No.
I can get one.
Oh, you've got a pigskin?
Oh heck yeah, that's what we cooked tonight.
Brings you an entire roast boar with apple in its mouth.
You're ahead of me. Because for her, it's like a fine size to throw, and she just like holds it out. That's what I go, kiddo.
It seems there was a grievous miscommunication.
Oh, I suppose you want to like just the skin.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, we'd want a ball to toss around, you know, kick around, be dudes. You understand?
Sport thing?
Yeah, sport
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Okay, so Niels, I don't know if you've noticed, the Hairsifts are not jocks at all.
I did notice that. Not very sporty types.
I mean, Gladiolus was a little bit, but I feel
but you're a rabble rouser. You're a hooligan. Surely you've got a ball to toss around.
Might be too big for Maze.
I will roll for ball luck.
Ooh. Still probably bad.
What could she I know. She's like, "Oh, you could play with my lucky marble," and she pulls out. It's like a fucking bowling ball.
is a thing of beauty.
It's a thing of beauty.
Drops marble into Maze's hands. Ah! Oh, okay. This is a little bit outside of the scope of what I wanted, but you know what? Yeah, it'll work.
Yeah, throw it.
You sure?
She looks excited.
Girl, they're gonna break the piano.
Not here. Not here.
Why not here?
All right, I'll throw it here, but only if you promise. You absolutely promise to catch it.
Okay. Like hand over heart, promise.
That goes for either of you.
Yeah, okay, I'll go along.
Nash does not have confidence, so he is not going
Fucking
along.
Amaranth in the other room over the table just.
So, like, the thing to remember is that there are, like, windows that can, like, see into the next room, and Amaranth can't see. She has no idea what's happening. Never mind. Yeah,
She
because
has no idea the
the
nature of
ground
this
is shaking.
shenanigan.
the
And
ground
she can
is
hear
shaking.
people rabble rousing.
Yeah, so, well,
Yeah,
actually,
but
she can
Bernice lives here.
Yeah, so she can detect heat, but because of this fire, I don't think she'd be able to even notice what Embernice is doing. Rosa and Tabitha are too busy having a conversation to notice.
All right, then they're not going to be privy to this shenanigan. All right, what do you want from me to throw this marble?
You need a strength check.
right?
Strength check. Well,
This is absolutely strength.
I've got a modifier. Hey, let's go.
Hey,
Yeah, I would say this was the correct distance to be for. Just, you're able to huck it over to Nash. Nash, I guess if you want to give me a, would this be a reflex save? I guess to just like catch the ball. Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's-
easy money.
You catch it, and it's like a, oh god,
mode.
okay. This is a little heavier than I anticipated. Not as bad for you,
Okay.
just because you're a big guy.
like a second to feel the weight of it go, and then okay, got this.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume, and Bernice is in position. She does want it. I
She's
have
so-
to give it to her.
She's so
I
ready.
can I can just see into the future of how this bit ends. It's not going to be good for me.
Okay. Your problem?
Yeah, it's going to be my problem.
Yeah, it's a. So let's see what her reflex is.
You got. Oh, does she not got this?
Someone's toes.
So you throw it to Embernice, and she's like, "All right, I got it," and just totally butterfingers it, and it just shatters on the ground.
Well, that was fun. We must be going.
Oh yeah. As from now.
Yeah, no, it's not long until like Rosa and Tabitha come out and just like, "I'm sorry, what happened? Did you break something?" You see Embernice on her hands and knees. My marble. It's like trying to put it back together.
We gotta get out of here.
Fucking idiots.
Somebody cast mending. Somebody help her.
I can't just.
I'm
enough.
sorry.
You have
the
no
stone
escape.
cleric isn't here right now.
You have no escape. The boat is gone.
Well, we don't want to leave the estate. We're just leaving the scene of the crime.
Just leaving the scene of the crime.
Hold on. Does she have mending?
Brutus
my
looking in
God.
through the window. Oh, you poor sweet girl. What have they done to you?
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah, actually. Brutus would hear crying, and immediately come storming in.
Excuse me.
Is Embernice all right?
Oh, yeah, she's fine. She's just a
Yeah.
bit banged up about something.
Oh, Embernice, I didn't mean to. Just like,
Great idea, Nash. They will not look for us in here.
oh my god, yeah,
Was
no.
told bad men are to come in when other person can't come in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you guys go in there and you hear like multiple voices. Oh, Embernice, it'll be fine. This is my lucky one. And luckily, because of her skill set, Amaranth comes out and she's like, "All right, just put them in a pile. Just get all of them as you can, and let me just take care of it." And she uses mending, and it's all
fine.
And
This
Amaranth,
is the price of being a jock.
Amaranth kind of like turns her head up to drawing a blank on her character's name, Embernice, and is just like, it's fine. Are you all right now? And just like pats her hand a couple of times. Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks, Ami. Yes, good. All right. She sits back up and taps her cane a couple of times. Did we get everything? Where are the boys? Oh, I just saw them. They made a quick run that way. Amaranth narrows her eyes. Why don't you go check on them? No, it's not their fault. We were playing catch. Rosa cocks an eyebrow. I'm sorry, you were playing catch with that? Like, isn't that heavy? No, it's a marble. All the women look at each other, and Brutus is like, yes, it's a very nice marble, actually.
There's something very cute about giant marbles, like the idea of that as a game for them. Very adorable.
Big
First
marbles.
we started with pebbles, then they got rounder.
Amaranth is like, I'm getting wine.
Well, this is quite the shenanigan we've gotten ourselves into, Nash. God, I'm so glad
I like
nothing.
this level of shenan.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to do this where the stakes are low and nobody's dying.
He gets a sweat drop down his face thinking about it. No one died. No one died from marble. Okay.
No one died from marble. Absolutely not.
That was hilarious.
Oh, thank God, my hot sword also thinks it's funny.
Thank God.
Tell you, Nash, things have been too serious and too heavy lately.
And gonna be again. Ugh.
You're right. Let's try and find a few more shenanigans and try not to piss off my new girlfriend too much.
Okay. We have balance.
Maze, you come out this door and you see Rosa just like, so...
Nash goes back in.
No,
Wait, did
you go in to get... No, get out. What are you doing? She like grabs your cloak. Did you go in
Nash
together?
is holding the door shut. Mace has no chance of getting past him.
No!
Hold.
We recalled that there was a tub in there. A very interesting. Bad lie.
Alright, well, whatever mess you guys helped with, it's been remedied by my sister, so...
I imagined it would be handled quickly, hence why we chose the funny exit strategy instead of being helpful.
Right. Okay, well... I'm glad that the heroes of Leviara are this competent. So...
We are.
No, you've absolutely... I'm in no position to talk, let's be real, but I'm just... There's just a decorum in the Harrison estate that I thought would be, like, I don't know, acted upon based on my sister alone. Like, she...
At dinner, we'd be nice and fun, just...
Of course,
So
perfect
serious.
civility.
I know Embernice played a part in this. Like, let's not beat around the bush.
I mean, she said she could catch it, you know?
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. She didn't. Just like shrugs.
I'll admit, we've been a little bit stressed out, so some stupid chicanery is kind of what we've been hoping for.
It's like no one got hurt. I mean, not physically. And you're crying, I don't think it rolls as well. Rosa just puts her hands on her hips. You ready for dinner?
Yes, that sounds like it will be lovely.
Okay. And she takes your hand and walks with you back to the dining hall.
Proven to need supervision.
That doesn't bother her. She's like, whatever. This is fine. Is there any other...
It's always girls' night. It's never boys' night.
It's never boys' night. We never get to be stupid jag-offs anymore.
Is there anything else that you wanted to do here or discuss with...
There's certainly
destroy
nothing
here?
There's nothing important we want to
Nothing
do.
important.
No.
All right. Then, if that is the case,
Oh boy, get ready for some hard tonal whiplash.
that's
Prepare
Evan
yourself.
Ward, baby.
Put
That's
on your
Evan
seatbelts,
Ward.
boys and girls.
Let's see here. Loading very slowly. Holy cannoli.
God damn, Lamp got in there quicker than the GM.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, where am I? I'm in the void.
I'm working on it. There.
Work faster.
There's an energy today. Yeah, so let me switch up the music just a little bit. You guys make your way back to the Siren Song. I will say that you do see two people that you didn't expect to just be like hanging out and shooting the shit, as it were. May I reveal?
Oh, it's the good doctor and Caden. No.
Oh.
Yeah, no, you find Duchess just having a lovely conversation with Astrophel Blackthorn. They both acknowledge you when you walk in, but they don't seem to flag you down or anything, unless you are interested.
400 years old and super goth, of course.
Of course. A shame Astrophel can't fix her problems.
No, can't touch death. But the bits of conversation you do overhear is, it sounds like Duchess is kind of explaining the history of the last like 200 years or so.
Oh.
And you see Astrophel leaning forward, and it's just like, fascinating how many problems you create for yourselves. Well, it comes with the territory and why we do what we can with the organization we're a part of. Still a secret, is it? Looks at you two. Impressively done.
Fascinating. So you're saying people in this day and age have some sort of objection to others squidgling under their doors like pudding to take a look around?
Yeah,
This
that's
was all the rage back in my day. People just let me do it.
They just let me do things. God. But yeah, no. So
Dia probably stops around here. Is this a conversation that involves Mr. Blackthorn, or?
Hypothetically, we could. I know. Let's say yes.
Okay. Actually, that makes me feel better, because that crosses some things off the list of what this could be about.
You have a list?
Just an informal mental list. Things that Red Path might get mad about in future. You know, I keep it updated every now and then.
Things I expect to be lectured on.
Oh. Okay. Can we interrupt your conversation?
They both look over, and you see Duchess gestures. Oh, please, have a seat. Astrophel just smiles. Yes, we'd welcome the company.
Don't mind if I do.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. You think I'm mad at you?
Until proven otherwise.
You see Duchess sigh. Oh my God, are you really bringing it? We were having a nice conversation.
I know,
It's going to
I'm
get
sorry.
Okay,
heated.
hang on. No, I'm getting straight back up. You two continue talking about whatever you were talking about. I don't want to bring you down right now.
No. Let's not delay this any longer. Please have a seat. It sounds like there is something important to discuss here. Astrophel
right.
leans in. I'm certainly intrigued.
Redpath gives him a look of like, buddy.
Are you?
Um,
How was your first day out in the wide world in many a year?
He thinks about that for a bit. I had ice cream. That was nice. The general populace is remarkably friendly. Many doors were locked, which was annoying, but not a problem.
Yeah, I think you should let that be a problem.
No, I never entered private homes. But I did encounter many janitorial closets and things of the sort, which were unremarkable, but fine.
Which were unremarkable and unlocked.
The thing I found most intriguing were the fire giants. I had no idea such an impressive security force had been implemented in the city.
Yeah, that's the work of the hair sifts.
Interesting.
If you want to see them up close and personal, they've got a nigh impenetrable bank vault on an island around here that could provide a challenge even for your unique door slipping under abilities.
Thinks about that. I may investigate, but let's not prattle on about my adventures. You two seem to have some objective to this conversation.
He just folds her hands, looks across the table at Redpath, kind of raises an eyebrow.
Okay, so I've come to realize that we do not have the luxury of time.
Well, yeah, I mean, the keepers are almost here, so...
Yes, exactly. And if they're going to make their way here and cause a problem, there is somebody in this building who won't take that standing down, or sitting down, or fuck, god damn it.
Up.
Yes.
In any sort of bodily position. Yeah, I think I assume I know who you mean.
Yes. So, Mr. Blackthorn, myself, and we had a conversation about what needs to be done and what our options are in regards to that person. And from what I can gather, it's probably along the lines of the same thing he could offer to you, Dia.
She kind of cocks her head to the side. I'm not sure I understand. I thought that you and Duchess, Fez, everyone who had sort of been making preparations for trying to more permanently solve the Andrin situation. I guess I thought you already had a plan and you were just waiting to have everything in place to put it into action. It's not going to be as simple as you hoped, I take it?
No, because even if her mind gets, finger quotations, fixed or remedied, her body will still be in a state where she will be in danger of finding out in some regard. You know, the whole thing of your body remembers. And she is deteriorating fast, so it's not something that we can just slap this, I don't know, 10, 15-year-old, 15-year band-aid on.
Define deteriorating.
He looks over at Duchess.
Is she not doing well?
My concern is that if we delay this for too long, she will... She's already noticing something is wrong. We can't keep this away from her too much longer. She is acknowledging that she's not allowed in combat. I mean, even the simple thing of her dietary habits have changed immensely, and she's not gaining weight, she's not losing weight. Simple things like that, they add up after a while. And
Even
it makes
something as small as her hair isn't getting longer. If the poor girl wanted to go and get a haircut, it's smooth as silk. Well, shit, she's stuck with that for the rest of her life.
And she still can't handle that aspect of the truth, right?
Duchess leans. To be fair, we do have the means of making her acknowledge that she is what she is, though doing so would also obviously inform her what she is, and we have no control what she does after that. While she may not directly go after Maze, I doubt she'll exactly be cooperative from that point onwards.
Isn't it her right to not be cooperative from that point onwards?
Absolutely.
It is, to be sure, but looks to Redpath and Blackthorn. If there is a means to help her, we need her to be as cooperative as possible. Especially for a curious Hail Mary, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
That might be attempted.
A Hail Lissa, if you will.
Leave my mom out of this.
Dia, thanks for a second. So, when you said the same sort of thing I have in mind, oh, could that work? Huh. So you think it might be possible? I suppose there's no more reason to think that her mortal soul is inaccessible than there is to think that Addis's would be.
A soul is a soul.
You think you could really just give her a living body and she'd be alive again? I never really considered that possibility. I mean, that's just about as close as you can get to true life behind death, isn't it?
If you're thinking of it in literal terms, I would suppose so. Because I
You
don't
s-
even know what aspect of, the idea of inflicting pain and damage on an undead when using holy magic on them. Is that due to their body, or is that due to the state of their soul? So,
Sounds like you were winding up to say something, Will.
You
I don't
notice
know
that
as what character.
Yeah, you notice as this conversation is being discussed more, especially of like, is that life even after death or coming back, that Duchess's hands kind of clench a little bit more and more. And Astrophel leans forward. It is indeed extremely experimental, but plausible. I am not exactly nearly as versed in knowledge when it comes to how souls work as, for example, Des Veritas. That being said, if provided a sufficient body, I don't see why not. And lucky for you, I have the means to do so. Should you be interested, of course.
If it sounds like you all have already talked through the options here. I assume you've spoken to Garen about it.
yes.
Well, I wish we had a way to get a better idea of what Andrin really wants for herself. It's very
Yes.
difficult to find that out when you have to talk around the real issue at hand.
He gets a really difficult expression on his face.
This is really unexplored territory that I was intending to explore in my own time, and with myself as the first and hopefully only test subject. If this is the way that everyone with a stake in it wants to go, then of course I'll help however I can. But I should make clear that I don't think I have all the information that I need yet. I was really hoping
That's
to
why
get
I
a
want to help you.
I see. Well, I had been planning when the Leviara crisis was past us to pop over to Melody Meadows and check out that lab, since even though it was a joint venture between Parthena and Des, he might have had research materials there, equipment. something that would be closer at hand than going all the way back to the Elysioti estate.
Well, it really depends on what's left of it there, because as far as we know, the Keepers raided that place. That's what got
Yeah.
Vasco in his situation.
And speaking of the Keepers, you wanted to try and resolve this before they arrived, by the sound of it.
Yes, because
You don't-
logistically, we wouldn't be able to stop her
From fighting.
from fighting or getting hurt or just seeing it. I feel like even that might be enough to. You saw how she was back in the keep. Anytime
wasn't
she would be in
having
a
a good time.
conflicting scenario between either us or Keepers, her brain would just kind of. It's going to be the same scenario.
Blackthorn speaks up.
Something to keep in mind as well, though. You would give this girl a mortal body before a perilous battle?
No, I think I would send her away after that. I mean, if I had the authority to do that.
I mean, if she chose to fight, it would be her. If she chose to fight, it would be her own decision at that point. Is it possible for us to... I know it complicates the situation. I'd feel a lot better if Andrin told us this was what she wanted. Is it possible we can make us able to break the news to her about her current state and ask how she wants to proceed?
I want to do that. I cannot. I've lost sleep thinking about how I could communicate that to her, because she deserves the right to decide for herself. We've taken it from her so many times. And you know, I asked Garen, I said, what do you think she would want to do? And he didn't know, so.
I mean, how could anyone know for anyone else? Something like this.
We do have, as stated before, we have the means to make her recognize what she is and not act on those instincts. It's just we don't know if she'd be willing to communicate with us afterwards, which again, maybe that is the correct course of action, because right now we're doing the exact same thing we've been doing this whole time, which is making decisions for her without her consent. For all we know, that she maybe would prefer to have a body that is immortal so long as Maze lives. Astrofel speaks up again.
There is another thing to keep in mind. She has already been resurrected through means that go against the cycle. Transferring her soul to a mortal body, I question if that would change her destination when mortality is returned to her.
Well, if it doesn't, that's the consequence of decisions that have already been made, and we don't really have a way to reverse any more than this.
He nods.
Fair enough. I just wanted to make it clear that, well, not exactly the best of news. Just being honest.
Yeah. Now, if we did this and we pulled it off, I wonder what effect that would have on the final destination of my soul. Food for thought.
Astrofel just kind of smiles.
It's hard to say. You know, it really all depends, really.
Just because...
How petty would you say Lissa is? She hold a grudge?
My mother.
Hearing that, you see Duchess's eyes widen of like, oh, that's right, I've been talking to a demigod this whole time. He cups his chin and thinks.
My mother was, to my understanding, and the few times I did speak with her, lackadaisical. Though,
Okay.
there is one detail about her that could be beneficial. She likes to be surprised.
Well, that's what I'll have to hang my hat on, I guess.
No, I mean,
He kind of leans forward.
she is the sort of individual that when she is duly impressed or outsmarted by mortals, she lets things slide. You're all familiar with the martyr god Tulis, I presume. One of the very few mortals to become a true god. Lissa played a part in that. She was enamored at one mortal's perseverance and stubbornness to always be against violence, and she vouched to have her raise above her peers. Now, of course, there were many other martyrs that followed. None were given such a boon, for they were not surprising. They merely lacked imagination, and they died all the same.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit better about being in wildly uncharted territory. But... oh, I was sort of hoping that it was only going to be my neck on the line. Well, if there's not much time, I mean, just logistically speaking, if we want to get this done before the Keepers get here, if this is what we choose to do, based on how Andrin reacts, we'd have to go, like, yesterday, right? Like, we need to be out of here very
Yes.
soon. If we hope to get back in time.
Somewhere around 72 hours, if I'm doing the math correctly.
Okay. You have a way to pull that off with your travel domain fancy stuff?
If I were to exert myself, yes. It would be an awkward... it would be an awkward trip, but it would, theoretically, it would work. I've heard of people doing stupider things.
I imagine I've done stupider things, so I think we'll
You've
be okay.
been stupider things, yes.
Mhm. Okay. Well then, I don't think we really have a lot of time to sit around deliberating. I think we should probably start getting our stuff together to break the news. Is Garen and Andrin here?
He just kind of looks up and puts out his feelers.
Yeah, they can be here. Like, whatever is most convenient for you guys. I'm not gonna, like, fuck you on this.
And I'm sort of thinking... I feel like there's a taking responsibility aspect that suggests Maze should be present, but there's a practical, let's not encourage rash, violent decisions aspect that says he shouldn't.
Yes, is there any way we could possibly put him on the other side of a telestone or something?
Duchess looks over. I'm sure we could set something up. Something similar. I
Okay.
mean,
Um,
we could even do a wall of force or something of the sort so that they can at least see each other.
There's practical reasons to say that that's a good idea, but I feel like the psychology of having her sealed off from us is immediately suggesting that we don't trust her to be in control of her own actions.
oh, I'm going to be right there at the table with her, wherever we are.
Okay.
It's only Maze, I think. She needs to feel safe. She needs to feel like, you know, to the best of her ability, that she doesn't have these limitations on her anymore.
Alright, I'll get a message over to Maze and Nash and let them know what we're thinking of doing. Oh boy. This will be a series of fun conversations. Alright, I'm gonna go Yeah, I'm gonna go do that real quick. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Thank you, Dia.
You're welcome. Hey, Maze. Tap side of it.
I
Hey,
hope
Maze?
you have good cause for interrupting dinner.
Oh, God. I do, but it's not the kind of fun interruption that you'll be happy about.
It rarely is.
Okay. Well, exposit explains what we're thinking of doing and why.
Yeah.
Mace has to leave the room like, I gotta take this call, guys.
Just no,
So that we
Sorry,
don't get
I'm
exposit
on
all
call.
over dinner.
he has to
I'm
pull
streaming.
he has to pull a male character in a Hallmark movie who's going to get dumped for a country farmer and be like, I need to take this call. All right. That all seems sensible. What part do you want me to play in it? I imagine
well-
that's why you're calling.
Well, first of all, I mean, this would be a big decision to just go off and do on our own without letting you know and asking whether you were okay with it first. And for that matter, I'm gonna say this is a conference call. Nash can hear this too.
Yeah,
I gotta go
We
too.
gotta take this.
Yeah.
You see Redpath in the background talking to Duchess and Blackthorn. He's got very animated hands. He's like putting his hand on his head and like he's struggling, but
Mm.
So, well, obviously we want to make sure that you're not in like ideally not in physical danger from, the very reasonable immediate emotional reaction of having all this dumped on you and the many things she's going to be having to process. Like, we don't really want you in easy strangulation range, say, but I think all of us should be here, ideally, because it really involves all of us. I mean, I wasn't there when she died, but we've all, long past that moment, been actively working to deceive her about that circumstance, so in that sense, I'm really not any more innocent than the rest of you. So, I don't know, as a coming clean moment, it feels appropriate. What do you think?
I think that whatever opinions I have about what the definition of liable and our own responsibility in this differs from yours, but then now's not really the time to discuss that. If you want me to be there, then I will be, but I do have concerns about the time frame here. I don't really think all of us should be going off to do anything, given how dubious things are here right now.
Well, we don't know for sure if that's even what Andrin's gonna want us to try and do. So, I feel, can we cross that bridge when we come to it?
Fine. Just a bridge worth noting.
Yeah. Okay, well, see you over here. As soon as you can politely excuse yourselves. Give Amaranth my apologies for ruining dinner.
I'll let her know.
Amaranth's gonna be like, they ruined dinner. They weren't even here. They did nothing wrong.
They're not the marble breakers.
that I had to fix, and in the grand scheme of things, really didn't cause any problems.
That wasn't really a problem at all.
It just like made me have to do something when I'm already tired of bullshit. Yeah. So, I do know that Dia, you did want to speak with Rosa.
Oh.
Yes, not in the middle of this for sure.
Fair enough.
What I want to speak about will not land.
The tone won't be good. And not in a funny Ebon Ward way.
Just in a wrong way.
It'll just be awkward. Maybe later this session. I hope. Maybe. We'll see.
I might actually be able to catch a word with Rosa about things that are tonally relevant.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you do that while I think about what the fuck I have to do.
Yeah, buy you some time.
Yeah, we'll shink on over to the Hersiv house, I guess.
Yeah, we can go back to the Hersiv home. Let's see here. What kind of tone am I looking at, Maze? Just so I can brace for impact.
I'll be inappropriate to talk about Maze's thoughts, feelings, and opinions with Dia about this matter, but Rosa hasn't heard about it.
Also, Nash is right here.
And Nash is here. Nash is my boy.
Nash looks over to you after that whole thing of him not saying anything. It's like, not even one night.
Never one night.
Let's see here. Where could I have you guys be for this? Oh, you know what? We've never been up here.
Never ever?
I don't think we've ever really just been up
yeah,
here.
because this is kind of near the Gladiolus Memorial, and we weren't really willing to be up here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What kind of music am I looking for here?
You can keep it ambient. That's all right.
Sure, I'll just keep it on this. Rosa plops down on the couch. Huh, you look serious. So let's hear it.
It's a load, as it always is. Though it's a layered and nuanced load.
Can we not use the word load?
Why not?
Load it is. So.
Team Rose is fun.
Yeah, exactly. We're fun. All of us are fun.
Pardon the phrasing, but why don't you just give me the load? What's on your mind? What's going on here?
You're familiar with Andrin's situation, right?
She tenses up very quickly. Wow, okay. She sits up more appropriately. Yes, I don't know the nitty-gritty of it, but yes.
Well, here's a nitty and or gritty you might not be familiar with. Maze points the thumb at himself. I'm the one who did her in.
Her eyes widen. And which would make you the target.
It would, yes.
The others want to deal with it tonight. Not like try fix, but
Try and do something. Try and make the situation even a little bit less weird and strained, which I don't really think is possible, frankly.
She pinches the bridge of her nose and just kind of leans forward. So, it doesn't matter now. Let's be real, but can I at least ask why? I mean, why kill her? Why bring her back?
Well, the answer to why kill her is simple. It's because that's the only way it was ever going to play out.
Rosa is a pretty understanding person, and she just kind of nods her head like, yeah, fair enough.
Given who we all were at the time, and what our motivations were, and admittedly our collective ability to keep our trap shut about who we were working for, it didn't go great. And I don't think it ever would have. Why bring her back, on the other hand, is where we get to a weird problem here. The reason why we brought her back was on the order of our superior, and his motivations for doing so were very flimsy. He just thought it would be useful to have a keeper around as a revenant.
Oh my god.
Yes, and the payoff to that usefulness was absolutely nothing.
Wouldn't say absolutely nothing.
I would.
It got Garen on your guys' side initially.
You're right. It did that in the worst, most roundabout way possible.
And then Redpath had to do some insane lifting to get him on your side. She like kind of leans forward on, puts her elbows on her knees and just kind of cups her face. I mean, we all understand when we took the job, keepers or like leans around the corner to see if Amaranth's anywhere nearby because her hearing's great. Your profession.
Right.
We understood that when we got involved that there were risks. Resurrection into what she's become is never in the job description. So when you say that tonight is planned on handling it, but not remedying it.
The collective is of the opinion that the situation will be very easily agitated, so they want to try and find some way to inform her of the situation without fucking everything up.
I see.
She doesn't know she even undead.
I mean, how could she? I mean, based on what I know of revenants, they should just immediately be, well, gestures, hunting you down.
There's a lot of monkeying in that department.
Clearly.
A lot of books, a lot of research, some of which was destroyed for the greater good.
Well, that's good at least. She leans back and crosses her leg. I assume this involves the good doctor that had been mentioned to me in a few reports?
It does.
Great. Okay.
It always does.
She thinks for a moment. I really have no authority in this discussion. Let's be real. I just don't.
Right.
But I do think she deserves to know. And she is going to be rightly pissed.
That she will.
But I am hopeful, not optimistic, but hopeful that she would understand your guys' positioning. Maybe not the full-on resurrection thing, but the fact of trying to repair a family. Sure, the family was only 2 people, but it was an important one all the same. And if now it sounds like you are trying to find a true remedy, it might be hard to get it through her head, through all the screaming. But I'm hopeful she'll listen.
We can certainly try and hope. I don't generally approach these things with that level of optimism, though. In our collective, it seems that I'm generally the most realistic with expectations, though I'm also the one who's most often wrong.
Well, she just kind of smiles at you. It's one of the reasons I try to be pessimistic most of the time. Either you're right or you're pleasantly surprised.
I don't think either of us are living particularly healthy in this regard.
No, but it's getting better. She just kind of smiles. I mean, think about it. Is this something you would have tried a couple months ago even?
Certainly
I imagine
not.
No. But you want to now. That means, sure, the reason why all this has happened is awful, but we grow. We learn, and while we can't fix every mistake, we can at least try.
And try we will. I've got a question for you, Rosa.
Oh boy, sure.
What do you think of scoundrels, thieves, cut purses, assassins, those types?
Well, I think there's a big jump between cut persons and scoundrels to assassins.
I don't think so.
Oh, really?
They're all just folks. Nobody chose to be where they are. We're all just sort of victims of what the world throws at us.
An assassin, though?
Yeah.
She really thinks about that. You can tell that she's not 100% sold on that, but she considers. I have been born of privilege. I have never been left wanting, besides maybe a bit more warmth in a house of pyromancers. But I never needed to worry about food. I never needed to worry about money. If I wanted it, I could get it. But with that knowledge, I have seen people that have struggled and have become those cut purses and scoundrels. I get why they do it. It's unfortunate, but I mean, I certainly didn't try to fix it, now did I?
I'm sure you thought you were.
Stupidly, there was a time.
But like you said, we change and we grow and we try to make things better.
So why ask for that opinion? Are you going to drop another load on me? She just smirks.
I was just curious about it.
Oh, okay. I just genuinely thought that was the setup for the, and she like does a baseball motion. Another hit.
I mean, I suppose I could provide one. I was an assassin for a while.
You don't have to go searching. Wait, what?
I also thought you were leading into that truth, kinda.
No, to be honest, it doesn't seem like a very relevant part of me anymore. It's just something that was true about me, and I don't really think it is anymore.
Well, that's good at least.
No, I was asking mostly because I wanted to know if you felt the same way that I do. Which is that I tend to look at people who are lowlives and scoundrels and even murderers with this certain amount of empathy now.
She thinks. I, now more than ever, am of the mentality that we give people opportunities. But we only give so many. There is a limit. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because at a certain point, we're just being brought down too. Or we will get hurt in the process of continuously trying to help. It's cold, but there has to be a line. But I don't know what I can do. She leans forward, but I'm more than happy to help where I can. Probably in this situation, not at all, really.
You can charter us a boat.
I can drive. There's no need to wait for Art again.
No need to ruin his night too, then.
I can drive, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
If the spell wears off.
Right.
Andrew, I have something important to tell you. You're a revenant. Is there a cat throwing up outside?
Tell you what, I have one more question for you, Rosa.
Well, what is it?
This one's a theoretical.
Ooh, all right.
let's say that you've got a job to deliver things. And one of the things you need to deliver is a tool to help some farmer or something. But when you go
Okay.
out to deliver the tool, there's an exceptionally dangerous circumstance that keeps you from getting that delivery done at risk of you dying were you to try otherwise. Reasonably, you probably wouldn't go, right?
No, because it's what I'm delivering, like a rake or
Yeah.
something.
Just a rake or something. But then,
I don't think.
then once the danger passes and you deliver the rake a day late, you find that your lack of delivering that rake caused immense damage to the farm in that one single day.
It's a hell of a rake.
Hell of a rake. Are you
Nash does
responsible?
not look like he's following the theoretical very well.
Are you responsible for what happened?
I would say there might be a small amount of fault, but could they truly be blamed? They weren't the cause of whatever apparent typhoon was hitting this farm. I can understand the frustration of that farmer, but how could they truly blame the delivery man when they had enough problems of their own?
I feel much the same way. That's why I feel bad that I don't feel worse for Andrin.
Rosa nods. I see. I think I'm not going to tell you how to feel, Maze. She just shrugs. Like, I'm just not in a position to do so, especially when quite the load has been dropped on me when it comes to this discussion regarding
Things.
Andrin. Things. All that I can ask of you is, while I don't expect you to feel horrible about this or that you should work tirelessly to atone for a decision that was essentially made by a different person at the time, I would ask that you try to empathize with those that have been harmed. Try to understand how this will impact their lives, because they are irrevocably changed forever.
Yeah.
So, even though you showed up a day late with the rake, all that I think would be asked is maybe help on the farm a little bit.
A reasonable conclusion. Let's get going then.
All right. Oh, before we go, Nash, is there anything that you wanted to drop on me?
Oh, I was born a knoll. It felt like he needed to say that, but he panicked.
Yeah, buddy!
If you need to sit down
Oh,
after
no.
that one, feel free.
Thinking of buying a boat?
What does that mean, Rube?
Once again,
I
Na-
just literally, I was like, what would Nash say? Oh, Maze was born into assassins. I was born...
Oh, I see.
once again, Nash comes in swinging with the best line of the conversation. All right. Let's go back to the. So I assume this will be taking place at the Siren Song Hotel, unless there was another location you wanted to have
Here's
this.
a
in.
question. Since Maze has gone into the painting, you think Andrin could go in there too, right?
I don't see why not.
Probably.
I feel like that might be a nice place to do it.
Oh, interesting. So should I move people to the painted world?
What do you guys think?
That seems... I'll admit it's a secure location. It also feels like it might be a thematically inappropriate location.
As opposed to the hotel lobby?
Let's see here. What are some other locations? Let's see. You've got the Art of It All, Hushstone Prison. You have the you have the
Ooh.
Rivaldi home. You have the Academy. Let's see here.
Mom, I want you to meet Andrin. Is she another girlfriend? No, she's pretty much the opposite of that.
No, she fucking hates me. Well, that doesn't mean she's not your girlfriend.
Oh.
Look, I know, relationships are complicated these days. I'm not judging.
I'm just
there-
trying to think of a place that we could do this where she won't cause collateral damage if she does go haywire. And to me, the painting is really, really peaceful.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, back into the wizard arena.
There's also the Lurie basement. I think, like, if you want a truly secure, out of everyone's way, the painting is likely
it's the best
safest
option.
location.
Yeah.
Now, how many creatures can follow you in there?
Oh, good point. Oh, let's see.
Because it should specify.
Up to 4 willing creatures. Okay, so that we can leave Maze out of the painting. And bring Garen in, because we need Garen there.
Okay.
Well, who would
I
it?
can bring up to 4 willing.
So
Well,
what?
you-
Well, you need Duchess for the procedure, I assume.
And you meet
Garen,
Andrin.
Andrin.
Ah, yes.
So
okay,
that's
never mind
3.
then. No painting. No
Yeah.
painting.
Probably. Probably just our rooms at the hotel then, like. Fucking...
Yeah.
So there is a sneaky way you could go about this. I technically don't think this would work.
Then why
So I
are
don't know
you
why I'm
proposing it,
suggesting-
the dungeon
Yeah.
master?
Are you get in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
Go in that. Yeah, I don't know. To
No,
me, that-
I'm not the dungeon master, and I'm saying that doesn't work.
I think the reason why that wouldn't work is because, like, if you forgot to put them in the bag when you left, you'd probably damn them eternally in a
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah, you're right.
Which is-
Whoa, painting be upon ye.
Yeah.
So, that would be kind of fucked.
Okay.
Let's see here. Where's another? Yeah, the Rivaldi home. There's Kabloom.
So I'm thinking about the Lurie estate and how that's basically got a surgery room essentially for the animals there.
Yeah, the Lurie basement. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Pop and Mama, can we come over for a minute? Oh yes, what for? Oh,
It's gonna be
just
bad.
what you say.
Shreds, you say. Here. So, I can start grabbing. So, the Lurie basement, because, like, the Luries won't stop you. And then I guess, is Rosa? Who all is being invited to this scenario?
Okay, I think we would need, obviously, Duchess, Garen, Andrin, the main party. And I don't know if we need anybody else, because I feel like if we bring strange people she's not super familiar with into it, she'll be
Yeah,
like,
I
why are
don't
you here
see-
too?
I don't see any reason to bring anyone else.
Okay.
Rosa can hang if she wants. She knows her.
Yeah, Rosa can be present, but she'll probably be, like,
Maybe
waiting
she'll be
outside.
down in the lobby or something.
Should be
Yeah.
hanging out with Betsy.
Yeah, I think what Rosa's role in this is like playing kind of a distraction on the way there, because Garen, like, you can see, is sick the whole time. And Rosa and Andrin haven't had a true conversation in a while, so it's just like girls being girls. And so
Thanks for the assist, Rosa. The main party and Garrett are not equipped to emotionally deal with this on the way up.
Yeah. Andrin, kind of as you go, is like, so I've never been to the Lurie estate before. This is intriguing. But, like, I was kind of hoping to see some of the animals. Don't get me wrong. Bubber upstairs is great, and so is that, like, tiny bear cub, but
Well, we have Betsy, but don't look her in the eye. She's a bit sassy.
Betsy?
We had Armella at one point.
Yeah, I had to delete her icon. Yeah, Andrin comes in. Oh my goodness! She comes up to the glass and just looks at the cow. Yeah. Here, I'll move Garen forward. He comes to the door.
So what do you need me to do?
Duchess puts a hand on his shoulder. I just need you to be ready. I can't prepare you more than that, I'm afraid. Looks down at Redpath.
Just be your dad. Make her feel safe.
I will try.
He smiles and pats him on the arm.
Rosa just kind of looks up to Garen. I mean, you got this. Are you kidding me? I'll stay out here. I don't want to crowd her. Garen just nods.
Thank you.
And you see Rosa kind of soften. Oh, of course. She just takes a step back and she seems to, you see her get into like a kind of almost like a ready stance of in case of emergency. She steps forward. If things get, messy in there, let me know. I can ice wall the exits.
I'm sure you'll figure it out if things get messy.
Yep.
Where should we have Maze, just real quick? Should we have him even in the room, or should we put him somewhere else?
You want to be behind glass?
Do I want to be behind glass? I mean, I don't want that, but if the collective wants that...
We can put you on the other side of the lift doors.
I think with all of us here and having some spellcasters, I don't think you need to worry about instantly dying. So I think it's okay.
You can stand next to me and I can be your meat shield.
I don't think I have to worry about instantly dying either. Speaking of, my HP on this map is very wrong. Let's fix that.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I also have a new HP.
Let me make sure that if I drag and drop a maze. Yep, that seems to be fixed. Cool. Yeah. Duchess comes walking in and kind of like gives a knowing look to Redpath. And you notice that she's got like a little vial. These are indeed spores that are necessary for the process. And Garen, he just steps up, but he actually just kind of stops. Andrin is still just looking at this cow that keeps like kicking this ball against the glass.
Playing innocent, of course, Betsy, of course.
Thea taps on the glass. How you doing, Betsy?
Ma.
Yeah, I figured. Do you want a new book? This looks like the same one that's been here for weeks now.
She looks down, then nods. Ma.
I'll see what I got in here.
You know what I will do? It will help him just a little tiny bit. Redpath's gonna reach out. He's gonna take Garen's hand for a second. He's gonna cast Remove Sickness on him, so at least he's not feeling like he's about to fucking throw up.
Yeah. He appreciates that and looks down and you see the faintest bit of a smile, or as much as this man is capable of.
Especially in this moment, yeah.
Yeah.
It should also be said that this is equally, if not, I don't want to be like, oh, this is worse for me. But Redpath does have his spirit bonds on, and this is everyone stressed out in one room.
Yeah.
Because he needs to know who is the most ready to fucking kill somebody right now.
Yeah. Duchess looks back to you, Redpath. Do you want me to take the lead, or would you prefer to?
Do you have a plan?
She just holds the vial up. My part in this is specifically to ensure it goes correctly with your assistance. But if you'd like, I can try to allude to what we need to do here.
I think I'll just have a chat first.
She nods. I'll get things ready.
So, Andy, how have you been enjoying Leviara?
Oh, I mean, it's been pretty stellar so far. She
What is this
spins
book
around.
even? Sorry, just real quick. What is this subject of?
Oh,
I feel like it was stated before, and I'm.
yeah. I think it was like just a dumb romance novel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's
Betsy. Continue, sorry.
yeah, like Long Hard Nights or something like
Oh
that.
no, he picks it up and like tosses it over to Yip.
Put that on the shelf.
Okay, well, we have to pick a replacement. Andrew, what kind of book do you think a cow would want to read?
Oh, not a cookbook.
Yep, makes sense.
I don't know. I guess maybe something fantasy related. I don't know if there's just like a
Do
fun
they have any
adventure.
books there from their children? Because, like, I imagine, wouldn't they have wanted to start with a more basic book for the cow?
You get the feeling they don't know the cow reads.
I see.
No, not really children's books. Fantasy. Yeah, this author's not too bad. What do you think, Betsy? Holds up the cover in front of the glass.
Ma. And Betsy scoots forward and just starts reading it. She doesn't seem interested in using her telekinetic powers in front of new people. But
Anyway, cow aside.
yeah, Andrin turns back to you, and she's not in her armor. She's
No.
in more of like a nice sundress. And she just goes, "Yeah, I mean, Leviar is just beautiful. It's been a fun place to visit. I think it's just a little too energetic for me, quite frankly.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're a country boy.
Little bit. I mean, you're a country girl too, technically.
This is true.
Hmm.
Cambrian wasn't nearly as country as Sweetstone, though.
Had you ever been to Sweetstone at any point?
She thinks about that. I mean, Dad, did we go to Sweetstone at some point? And Garen kind of freezes.
When I first picked you up from Cambrian, we swung by there on the way back to the keep.
That's right. Yeah, it was just like for a night or two. I was in a weird headspace because that was when, it was the big pillaging of Cambrian.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the past.
Is
Things are
that
good
ever a
now.
place you might want to go back to or anything? Because isn't Cambrian like, flourishing a bit now?
I mean, yeah, Cambrian's neat and all, but I don't know, it's kind of soured for me.
Yeah.
I haven't gone back since. But
How about Sweetstone?
she
If
thinks
you could go anywhere, where would you go?
I'd go anywhere. I don't know. I mean, Dad and I talked about going to Behemoth when this is all said and done. Some little place called like Dirt Hovel or something. I don't know. No offense, not impressed with the idea. I mean, Sweetstone's not terrible.
No.
At least maybe a place to swing on by for a bit.
Yeah. But if you didn't have to hang around him and you could just go and be a crazy gal, living a crazy gal's life, how about that? I often think about my sister and how she's probably going to get bored to tears and not want to stay in Sweetstone.
Well, I don't see Garen and I parting anytime soon. But I guess if I did go somewhere, I'd be curious about like Fayhorn at the very bottom of the peninsula. Heard Hearth is beautiful.
It is, actually. I've been there. It's very nice there.
Oh yeah.
That's where I got that little, the little glass angel thing. Do you remember that?
Yeah, oh, that was lovely. She kind of like cocks an eyebrow. Is everything okay? Like, no offense, we don't normally talk this much.
No, I know. It's mostly, honestly, I'm talking to you more right now than I talk to most people. I don't know. I'm just trying to get like, I've been thinking a lot more about my sister and how she's in a scenario where we've dealt with the issue in Sweetstone, but she's going to have a strange life from here on out, and I'm trying to think of ways that I can accommodate that for her, you know? And Dia's a bit too crazy for me to ask for advice on how girls think.
Sure.
Is that within earshot or
Oh yes,
whispered
oh
conversa-
yes.
Of course it is. Yeah, she backed off and started
Like, please, she
looking at the
likes your
bookshelf.
fashion sense, of course, but
She was looking at the bookshelf because it was like getting uncomfy standing next to you, walking like slow pedaling this. But she looks around, and just kind of like squints at you and goes and looks at the bookshelf more.
Yeah, I get that.
Have you been? I don't know. How have you been feeling? I know you were having those headaches for a while.
Yeah, headaches have been off and on a lot more. Sleeping's been getting harder.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, I don't know how to really describe it. Like, puts her hands on her hips. Just, it feels real. Like, I don't know, like, we went out on missions, or, you know, when we were in Belgrin, and just, like, pinches the bridge of her nose. And, you know, like, apparently no one liked me. You know, things like that. I remember, like, times at the keep, but, like, you guys are there and you're also not. It just, I don't know, just weird kind of bleeding together of things.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'm also really struggling to remember when I first joined. Because I remember when I joined the Keepers, but for, well, our organization, grips her head again.
Hey, it's okay. It's been a pretty crazy few months, and when you're emotionally distressed, it does affect the memory, so that's there.
Yeah.
If, you would want these headaches to go away, yeah? You know, I've been researching different stuff about all different sorts of medical conditions, like for this people in Sweetstone and all that, and all these other people we're with. Their unique biologies, even me now. Now that I know I've got a bit of the...
He kind of winks at her, he opens one eye.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got something, I'll take it, because, like, puts her hands on her hips. The biggest reason Dad won't let me get involved with anything right now is he says that I'm not as bluntly, but compromised, does air quotes. And, like,
Of course
I
he
get
would
it.
use that word.
Yeah, he does sometimes. And, like, I get it. You know, it's not fair or safe for other people to rely on someone who can't keep their head in the game. But yeah, I mean, if you've got an option.
And what if... How do I even describe this? Because you know a lot of the things that we do are firsts. We're a pretty stupid group of people going in and getting ourselves into trouble and doing things that have never been done before, things people didn't consider possible, things people consider fairy tales, all that sort of stupid stuff.
I mean, you guys have found and saved 2 demigods. I mean, that's that alone, right?
Yeah. We have an idea about a procedure we could do.
Her eyes
your headaches.
widen at the word procedure. What, like a surgery?
I don't know if I would call it a surgery, really.
Duchess actually pipes up. It's non-invasive, I assure you. But it is alchemical. And Andrin turns back. Well, I mean, kind of gives you a little punch on the shoulder. I trust you guys, so yeah, if you got a solution.
No matter what, like, if you don't want anything to do with it, that's absolutely fine. That's the most important part. It's just, we're here on vacation, so not having headaches and not feeling confused. Well,
Honestly,
you're here on vacation.
Yeah, I mean, let's do it. I won't lie. Nervous, to be certain. But if it fixes this, yeah. So, what do I do?
He's gonna look back at Garen. What does Garen look like he's doing?
He looks like he is just doing everything he can to just stand there.
Mm-hmm.
Garen has lit himself on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think how to describe this to you. Because it's not like I can describe it in medical terms, I don't...
He just kind of shrugs, turns over at Duchess and Dia, and like waves a hand a little bit.
We're gonna need you to sniff something.
Yeah. Duchess kind of... Duchess drags her fingers along the surgery bed. More or less how it works is... We've learned that these spores can be used in far more healthy and beneficial ways when it comes to aiding the mind. Essentially helping fill in gaps or clearing out any unwanted feelings or hiccups in the mind. Andrin sounds pretty scary, yes, to be sure. But we have done this sort of a procedure before, and
We know it works.
it worked marvelously. And you notice that she's just staring at Andrin. So, as stated by Redpath, this is non-invasive, and it shouldn't take too long. Really, all we need is your cooperation. She gestures to the bed. For you to lie down, and when I tell you to take a deep breath, please do so. Andrin looks about. Yeah. I mean, if it's that easy, sure, why not? And she turns to Garen, and it's like lightning. He is immediately there, arms wrapped around her. Okay. Yes, hi. Kind of pats him a couple of times.
I'll be right here.
Well, yeah, I didn't think you were just going to leave. You never left me before. And he looks down, and you see him very gently just give her a little kiss on the forehead.
You're going to be fine. Please know that I love you and would do anything for you.
Right back at you. Okay, looks around. It's a little embarrassing now.
Yeah, it is a little weird. Usually we don't have this many people in the room for this kind of thing, I don't think.
I'm gonna go back to reading with the cow, but we'll all be here when you wake up. None of us are going anywhere.
Sure.
So, don't say cake, but what's the first thing you want to eat when you get up?
Not cake?
No, come on.
Ugh.
Be a little adventurous.
Cookies?
Be bold,
How
be
about
bold, Andrew.
cupcakes? Still
Be
count as
bold.
cake?
You know, she crosses her arms and looks at Garen. Heard you've been catching a lot of fish lately. Anything good?
Did get some crab, if that interests you.
Ooh, actually, yes, that.
All right.
So, all right, well. And she lays on the bed and is like, this is enormous.
That's a really... I think it's made for... Points at Betsy. I think it's made for cows and large animals.
Are you saying something? She just like cocks an eyebrow.
I would never.
No,
I've never said anything.
This is
I've
just.
never said anything that would get me in
I've been
trouble.
telepathically talking in all your minds. You haven't figured it out?
Andrin like does her best to scoot up. She's like, okay, well, let's do this, I guess. Duchess looks to you one more time, Redpath. Just like,
Redpath's gonna reach out. He's gonna take her hand for a second.
Duchess or
Andrin.
Andrin?
Duchess, I'm scared. Hold my hand. All right, when you wake up and when you've got your fancy crab dinner and your head's feeling a little bit more clear, whatever you want to do, that's what we'll do, okay?
Okay. Okay, I'm just getting more nervous now, quite frankly.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna say the same thing to my sister when I give her some sleepy juice.
Alrighty. Well, let's have at it. You gonna knock me out? It won't be necessary. Duchess leans in and she takes the spores and like puts them on this like sort of mask that she created that's very specifically to cover the nose and mouth entirely. And you see her take out a couple of other little concoctions and kind of spray them on as well, and there is like kind of this small burst of energy. And she looks down at Andrin. When I put this on, I need you to take long, deep breaths. Andrin just nods. The mask is faceted onto her face, and she takes a very deep, long breath. One that is forced, that in the time that you've been hanging out with her, you realize she does not breathe nearly as often as the average person, and she doesn't even realize it. And I am going to GM roll something. Cool, that didn't work. Roll 20.
I'm gonna cast visualization of the mind on myself real quick.
A visualization on the mind.
Yes, I'm gonna get a +2 on all my d20 rolls for 1 minute.
I just thought of, cool, that didn't work. Andrin gets up and says,
Strangles you?
my name is Redpath.
Damn, those are good spores!
Damn, we fucked it up again.
My name is I cast visualization of the mind.
And you watch as she takes these deep breaths. Her eyes just kind of glaze over entirely. She keeps taking in these deep breaths, and they do get a little panicked.
Mm-hmm.
But the entire time, Duchess gets very low and very gently continues to whisper something into her ear. Redpath, you're close enough. It's part like clearly arcane, almost like charm spells that you would be aware of, but also with orders and directions. And the main order that she continues to give is, understand that you are a revenant, but do not act on those immediate instincts. Only act as Andrin would. What would you do? Very clearly doing everything she can to ensure that Andrin's personality is not touched, but still has the understanding of who she is, which you feel many other revenants who have been put in the same situation are not given the same luxury. Okay. Let's see. There is a long while where, as these enchantment words are being said over and over again, Andrin kind of like shakes on the table, and it's an awful sound just because it's a metal table. And Garen does step forward, and without breaking her concentration or modifying her process, Duchess just puts a hand out. She can't tell him to stop because she needs to keep this going.
Redpath will put a hand out to stop him.
Yeah. And then Redpath, if you can also give me a, I guess a wisdom check.
Okay.
Strictly because that is your casting modifier.
Yes.
And how you would be aiding with this. I have already rolled for Duchess.
Okay, wisdom check. That wouldn't be a will save. That
Just
would
your
be-
wisdom modifier.
Okay, and this has the +2 on it from visualization of the mind.
Sure. Okay. It's not terrible as you think. It's
I
not
mean,
as
I think the numbers are modified knowing that your number isn't going to be a plus
No.
10 or...
Yeah, but like that's the big thing is to remember is like when we're talking about an actual like ability score check, the DCs are so much different
Mhm.
because you can't get those same level of pluses and things of this sort. So those are always factored in, and of course Duchess's roll. And so after a bit with your aid, Andrin's body does finally like just stop moving. Her eyes are still wide open, completely glazed over, and Duchess very slowly steps back and just puts her hands up, and Garen looks. Is it done? Is she all right? I understand your concern, Garen. I need you to be patient. This is the first time we've done something like this. I am going based off of old texts from people who cared less about the individual.
It might take a moment for her mind to sort the different thoughts into categories, true and untrue. Just might take a moment.
And after a good, like, uncomfortable 2 or 3 minutes, there is this moment where she suddenly sits up. Get this off of me! And Duchess immediately reaches over to pull the mask off, and Andrin kind of like bats her away. And Andrin like rolls off the table, slamming onto the floor, and stands up quickly, clearly just like trying to reorient where she is. And she actually like fumbles back, nearly knocking over this cabinet. You knew the whole time? I'm a fucking corpse. It would appear it worked. Duchess just walks away and sets the mask down. The whole time, I'm just dead.
I don't have any.
You?
I don't have
Garen.
anything to say in defense of any of us.
Garen very slowly walks around the table. Andy, you knew the whole time.
I did not know the entire time. My options were limited. Had we told you before, you would have gone on a rampage. You would have killed Mace. And then you would have died.
I'm already dead! I'm as bad as her! And you see Duchess kind of shudder at that a bit. Why didn't you just leave me dead? Did you bring me back? Garen shakes his head.
No,
No.
like I said, I didn't even know until you were back at the keep.
You had no right.
No, we
whole
We didn't.
this whole time, I've been wondering why I'm not allowed to do certain things and why my head hurts. You just faked our friendships. Like, I don't even know you people. I only knew you because I tried to help you, and then I get stabbed in the... And she locks onto Maze. Because you stabbed me in the back.
I did.
Andy. Andy, please. And I'm going to have opposed strength checks as Garen tries to keep Andrin back. So I need to look at Garen's strength. Okay.
Hey, Garen, don't fuck up like that time in church, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. And Andrin, because she is also near her target.
That was Andrin, right? That was
You can tell us that was Andrew, right?
We can't. He's distraught right now. We can't.
Oh, it's taking a long time to
Yeah,
It's
roll.
really milking
It's the
it.
tension.
Roll20's deciding how it wants this to play out.
Oh, Roll20 has decided. Okay.
Yeah. Andrin comes along and Garen actively puts a hand up. Andy, stop. And it's unbelievable to see a 6'7" man be gripped by the shirt and just thrown across the room. Garen actually slides across the floor and slams into the glass. And she marches up and just grabs Maze by the throat. You've nothing to say? Just content?
I have plenty to say. Where would you like to start?
The beginning, I guess. Where else?
Well, this whole fiasco started when I believe your last words on the subject. I had asked you a question, and you had said to stand behind you. With the alternative being that you might stab me in the back, and I made a decision.
I wouldn't have, though. That's the difference.
Well, I know. I didn't know that then.
Going to roll something.
I'm here on standby if she starts trying to for real kill you, but we gotta let her get this out of her system.
Her grip tightens on your throat. I know what happens to people when they get resurrected. You've all doomed me.
You're right, we have. And I didn't know that at the time. Had I known that, I probably would have had at least some objections to it. It might bring you some comfort, though not a lot, to know that the man who had ordered it is dead by my own hand, as it happens.
Have her roll another will save. She tightens again.
Oh.
And you can see, even from where you're standing, Redpath, Andrin's eyes keep flickering between her normal eyes and anytime she was having memory problems, back to that vibrant red. It's more often her normal eyes, but it's still definitely there.
Nash is just waiting for a signal. He's here, he's ready, but he's waiting for a signal before he moves.
Andrin.
Andrin, if you squeeze any tighter, you won't be able to hear him say anything.
I'm fine. Let the lady squeeze.
It's, again, that immense amount of strength. She's lifting Maze up with no trouble. I mean, Maze is definitely a lighter individual, but even for a regularly, like a pretty strong individual, like their arms would be shaking. Her arms do not move at all. And she just glares you down. So that's it then? I'm just a little plaything. I don't even. How much of me is me?
Right now, as much as possible.
What does that mean? Are you kidding me? As much as possible. What? 40%?
I can handle this, thank you. You are by and large still intact, something that is not easy to do to a revenant. There are many who were resurrected before you in far worse condition. What makes you, you, is still there, albeit thrown around ever so slightly.
I can't grow old. I can't have a family. I'm gonna outlive my dad. Why would you take so much from me? You've given me a prison I can't leave.
That's not true. We have a means of restoring you to more normalcy than this. Because we recognize that this is the worst fucking thing that could happen to a person. We understand. There is a way that we could give you a body that is mortal again. And you could go off and live a happy life. You could get a family. You could grow old.
And moreover, never have to speak to us ever again, because I'm sure you would like that.
Even in this moment, she turns to Garen.
You wouldn't lie to me more, would you? No. No, Andy. Please, no. I have hated every moment I have had to lie to you. But I did it to prevent this.
And he gestures to her, and she looks back up at Maze, who is probably getting a little blue in the face at this point in time.
I have a +6 belt of con, I can handle it.
You beefed up your con for this shit.
You wouldn't believe how long you can hold your breath in Pathfinder.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine.
Andy.
He takes another step forward, very carefully hands out.
Please, no. Everything I do for you is because I cherish you. You are the greatest thing to ever happen to me. Look at me.
He just gestures.
I can be out of armor and not be stared upon as some great beast because of the love you showed me. You helped me through my darkest time, when I felt as if my own form was a prison as well. Make no mistake, the fury I feel for how this is all played out is ever burning within me. But I do also understand. They want to make this well. They want to do right by you. And as crazy as it sounds, I trust them.
But turns back.
Or at least one of them.
One more will save by Endrin. Okay. She finally drops Maze, and she just crumbles to the floor. But it does not take long for Garen to get back down on one knee and wrap his arms around her.
Monster! I can't even help people anymore. That's why you wouldn't let me use my healing. I can't even do it. I know. Come here. I know. We will fix this. I will never let go of you. This is my fault after all. I let you go into that damned mine by yourself. I lost track of you for one moment. But instead of following you, I stuck to my job, and that was securing the perimeter. I will not let you down again.
Anything that you want. From here on out. The only thing that we need to ask. We want you to live. And you can't do that if you get rid of Maze. You don't have to be alive to live, Andrin. He's fucking proof of that. She is. Half of us are damned at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if I was damned because of what we did to you. Whatever you want.
She thinks for a long, long time. And she looks up at Garen. This isn't your fault, Dad. Honestly, it annoys me that you think it is. Selfish, even. Garen's a little taken aback, like, what?
Ah, good, she's lucid.
I ran in. I chose to ignore your orders. I don't know what to do now. Karen pulls her close and just kind of runs a hand through her hair.
You can do whatever you want, as Redpath has said. You don't have to fight anymore. You could live a life of just quiet peace anywhere. We can live. It's just going to be a little different now.
I need time to think. Can I just... I need to go for a walk.
Yes, let's go.
No, I need to be alone. I don't want anyone near me. Okay? And you notice that she sees Duchess with the mask still in her hand. Just, no one come near me for a bit. I need time to think. Garen lets go. You can tell it's a struggle.
Understood. When will you?
I'll be back at the hotel. Please.
She'll be back for supper. Yeah?
She looks. Yeah. And she walks away, and you notice that she gives Maze a wide berth. It's not... You can tell with a very basic sense motive and based on what's been happening with her. It's not out of a, like, I don't want to be near this guy. I hate this guy. It's more out of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's realizes that's her battery. If he goes, she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Maze would love to take that opportunity to process that, but he's too busy trying to get oxygen back into his lungs.
Rosa extends a hand, and Andrin immediately bats it away. There is an awkward, jovial, "Oh, hello, Andrin!" from the
Oh,
Larise.
man, he doesn't know.
Hello, entrance. Oh!
Mission
Maybe
accomplished.
spell
Are
I know
you
which-
two both okay? God,
Never
Garen,
back.
you left a crack.
I'll be fine.
As for me, I think my heart's going fast enough where you might mistake it for life. But I'll be fine.
Karen looks over to you,
Okay.
Mace.
Thank you for your patience.
I didn't have a different option.
Fair.
Duchess kind of walks up, kind of fiddling with the mask. Well, it was a success, from what I can tell.
And it gives a little bit of cause that even revenants don't have to be damned forever.
Indeed. She looks down at the mask. I will be completely honest with my diagnosis of these results. I think she will be able to live a normal life, or as normal as can be done. However, I do believe if she were to be provoked or pushed too far, it might be enough to snap through the spores. Garen looks down, and Duchess immediately puts her hands up. That being said, I had a feeling this sort of a thing would be present regardless. We'd never done anything of the sort. We're dealing with a very, very sensitive subject here. However, thanks to Redpath's assistance, the knowledge that we have from Meredith Redwood, and my own expertise with alchemy, I am confident she will be fine. Though I would encourage making sure that she remains as calm as possible in this very, very trying time. As the days and weeks and months pass on by, this will become more solid within her. It will take a fuller hold, and we will not need to be nearly as worried.
I have some concerns about... I want to give her as much time as she needs. All the time in the world. And we still have...
Not that.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose now that she knows... What do you think, Garen? Do you want to just... Do you think you ought to just leave the city with her before the Keepers arrive? I don't know that I can conscience putting her through anything having to do with them right now.
I imagine the young miss would like to come to her own decision on it.
I'm sure. I don't know how long it's going to take.
Garen's just staring at the floor.
This sounds foolish.
And he turns to you, Dia.
I'm not going to think about it at all. She needs to decide. I have been choosing for her this entire time. If I were to march up to her and tell her I had ideas of what the future held and what she should do, she would have every right to be livid with me. I refuse to take any more of her agency away.
Yeah. I understand.
Then all we have to do is make her aware of the dangers of her situation and let her make that judgment herself.
Duchess looks over.
If you would like, I can provide her with the full details when she has calmed down.
Yes.
As she so... as she pointed out, she's just as dead as me, and we both have a similar final destination. So perhaps me breaking the news will be perhaps not comforting, but relatable.
It'll at least be well informed.
Duchess nods, and she takes a couple steps with her cane, kind of leaning on it more today than usual.
I think the next best course of action is we depart the Lurie estate as we have overstayed our welcome and abused the hospitality we've been given.
Mm-hmm.
I plan on now, I don't know, getting some air myself, I suppose. What about the rest of you?
We need to prepare to leave for Melody Meadows should she want to do that. So I suppose, should she not want to do that, we should also prepare for possible invasion.
Duchess nods.
I think
Perhaps
most importantly, we actually do need to get food.
Duchess
If we
smiles.
don't eat, then we're just going to make stupid decisions and everything will be worse.
I think that's a fine idea.
You see Rosa in the back kind of mumble.
I mean, we had dinner at the Harris estate.
Fuck up, Rosa!
As for me,
Those of us who stayed instead of just arbitrarily leaving and rejecting the hospitality, maybe have already.
Dia, you
Green
think this is
Texero
arbitrary?
arbitrarily.
So I was being Rosa.
as for me, like I might thumb through Remington's journal and find the entry when he became a dipshit.
Yeah. Rosa actually comes on over to you, Maze, and is just kind of like checking you over.
You all right?
It's far from the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Well, I figured as much, but still wanted to make sure you were okay.
Nah, I'm fine. This won't leave a scar, and it won't leave any emotional toll unlike every Magus I've encountered.
Fair. There's clearly history there. I won't bring it up. And to be fair, I don't exactly have the best history with Maguses either.
So we agree then.
Yep. She looks down at her burnt arm.
I can show you my scars about it too, just later.
How romantic.
You ever been crit with shocking grasp before?
You ever-
Changes you forever.
Have you ever been legally dead by the rules of Pathfinder?
Yeah. Garen just lets out a deep sigh.
Redpath, what do you plan on doing the rest of the night?
I don't fucking know.
Do you want to go fishing?
He's just got the saddest little smile and he nods.
All right.
If anybody needs me, fuck off.
Noted.
Rosa is just like, oh shit. Steps as Garen walks out. You you hear Garen go up and your car's like,
Just wanted to give you a heads up. Andy seemed in quite a pensive all right, so fair enough.
Garen just marches out and you also very quiet. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Garen just outstretches an arm. Jeez, now!
As for me, maybe I'll scratch the book idea. Maybe find something fun to do with the evening.
Well, there is always, the academy. You know?
Nash
That's-
shaking his head in the background, like,
I think
bad
that's
suggestion.
I think that's more my idea of fun. Maze has very strong opinions about peppers, you see.
Oh, no. But like, take for example, in the transmutation class, there is a large transmuter that it's able to manipulate the surrounding area or convert things from stone into metal. It's kind of fun to play with. Like, you're not supposed to, but I'm a hairsif, and I'm related to who was essentially the temporary headmaster. Like, so.
Is this something you do regularly, or a hypothetical idea that just occurred to you?
It's a newer idea. She just kind of like futzes around with her hands.
Oh, I was thinking about getting to work on an outstanding commission, but your suggestion sounds more immediately rewarding, so let's get that dopamine.
Only if you want to.
It sounds like a ball, frankly.
Okay. Did anyone else want to, like, turn rocks into hoops? Because that's like kind of what we're doing.
Anyone? Rocks to hoops? Maybe we can actually make a proper ball this time, Nash.
You'd think I would be the first to jump at that, but I am just not feeling it right now. I don't know what I'm feeling right now, but it's not great.
A kind of way.
And Nash
I
just
imagine.
leans ahead on Dia's shoulder, like,
We really in it now.
really in it now.
Diadem, we really in it now.
Well, I'm in the post-strangulation period of my day,
Yeah,
so
the-
I'm
well,
going
you-
for
you've got
dopamine.
the-
So I feel great!
You've got the euphoria of being alive when that was a distinct possibility to not happen, so yeah.
Yep, feels great.
So, maybe it's not worth talking about now. How are you feeling? Not just physically. She like reaches again very gently for your neck. But you, how's the heart?
It'll be fine.
Okay, tough guy.
I can't be in any worse shape than she is.
No, I know. But I can't talk to her right now, can I?
Suppose
And-
not.
And I already had to deal with Dude Guy Night from you and Nash, so I don't. Just wanted to make sure that's still not trending with you, and you're trying to be a tough guy.
No posturing here. If I have any thoughts on the matter, I'm sure I'll formulate them later. And I'm sure you'll
I'm
hear
letting you
about
guys
them.
have romantic rock into hoops. I can't ruin it. I can't ruin it with the dude guy energy.
Believe me, I won't hesitate to talk to you about these things.
She stops at the bottom of the stairs and looks up. That's nice to hear, but also don't force yourself.
And are you
I
kidding
just-
me? I've spent the overwhelming majority of my life not only not telling people things, but not thinking about things. I welcome the outlets.
All right. Well, let's go make some hoops.
Let's fucking do it.
Straight
See,
people are
Rosa
weird.
is fun.
So shoot some hoops. It's what you do after you're done tossing the old pigskin.
Hey, Karstock, how's morale up here? Bad, huh?
Oh well, you said hello, so that's hi. And you you also see the missus just kind of look over. So, what'd you use our basement for? Cause you know what? Don't tell us. Is it messy?
It's messy.
Dear, I'll go clean it up now. And she sets Bubber down.
No, not that messy, just emotionally messy. It's fine.
I thought I'm gonna need a big mop. Yeah. All right. So, where are some folks going?
Rough night.
I mean, I think probably sensibility dictates that if Dia and Nash have anything they want to say, they can. But we should probably just like stop the Ebon Horde. I think we're good here.
That is fair. Nash, Dia, is there anything?
The specific things that I had potentially in mind don't make sense to introduce in the very end of this. So I think instead, honestly, I think after that, where Dia's probably gonna end up headspace wise is like, I can only begin to process this, and there's nothing more we can do until Andrin decides what to do. So I'm gonna do my best to completely black out the horrible emotional destruction that just occurred by throwing myself into work for a while. So she's probably gonna go back and just immediately begin like rereading the spirit notes and shit and putting stuff together so that if we do go immediately, that she's ready to go.
Okay. Yeah.
Honestly,
Nash?
it is Nash. It feels like
think
Nash is kind of feeling the same, even if the relief would not be the same.
No, I think he might just be like the emotional stability of Magic Girls Night will help him in this.
Yeah.
While you
Honestly,
work, he's just gonna like wood carve in the same.
yeah, I
as
think
you.
the invitation is like, I'm gonna do my thing. If you want to come, if you want to practice wood carving, if you want to like train with your sword, do whatever you want in the background. We can just exist in each other's space.
Yeah, the
that
classic-
thing where they both just silently do what they're doing
Yeah.
in the same place and occasionally talk. That's the Nash deal.
Yeah, the
Monster
classic
right
do things together separately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have your guys' icons there, and you have a quiet night. I would wager that as you guys made your way back to the Siren Song Hotel, you probably walked past like the hoagies of House Hersiv, and you found Astrofel Blackthorn just in the window eating the biggest hoagie you've ever seen.
Oh,
And it's
good on him.
making
All of
his
us
stomach
having a
bigger.
good night.
having
He's
having an
balling.
emotional one, but Blackthorn eating big hot dog.
yeah, like
Nash
and-
like, God, wish that were me.
yeah, like genuinely, I think as you walk by, he spots you and just gives a thumbs up, like, went all right, right? Cool. Just like goes back to it.
I love that man.
He's a catch.
And I think that may be, in fact, where we call it for today. It'll be a shorter session, but I think that's fine.
I think that's
Damn,
just
that is a
fine.
shorter one because we started late too.
We started late too.
We're too
No,
busy
no,
talking
I
about
think
Todd Howard.
I think the emotional weight of that needs its space right now.
Yeah, I just gotta. It would be wildly inappropriate to continue going, I think.
Yeah. So we'll pick this up next week on Ebon Ward.
Wow,
Bro,
fun session, guys.
Which was
gang, we can finally unclench.
it episode 2 or 3 where Andrin bit it originally?
Andrin died in episode 2, and this is actually in the Imgur, courtesy of Red Bunny. We'll see. Andrin died in episode 2, and was a revenant in episode 12.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's
And-
been a
and
while.
we're
We had her on
episode
fucking
what?
ice.
149.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's been a bit. Well,
Slow burn.
you gotta have those long-term paths. It can't all be fart jokes and breaking marbles.
Yeah.
So I will say, because I can't give you like exact numbers, it's a good thing you rolled what you did, Red Path.
Yeah, because Andrew didn't seem to be doing very well.
She weren't
She-
getting it.
She's not perfect, but it's pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Duchess didn't roll nearly as high as I had hoped for her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But luckily you had some good buffs on there and were able to juice it up a bit. So that is why Andrin's brain space is bad
Yeah.
right
I mean,
now.
I don't think it would be great even if it went perfect, you know?
Correct, but it's more of the fact that she was still willing to jump to violence,
Yeah.
which is not her personality. So So I'll get some silly fart music.
God
going.
damn.
Well,
yeah, put
we
them
got
farts
a
on.
we got a Patreon if you want to support us. You can
Yeah.
do it
I mean,
there.
I wouldn't want to support us after that.
I mean, look at the terrible things we did to Andrew.
Hey, yeah.
I mean,
so
writing a call-out post right now.
Call out post for Surprise Her on her PG kills a nice half-elf paladin girl in episode 2. Takes 140 something episodes to do something about it.
I mean, you know, obviously we can spin that as a negative, but I think most wouldn't have done anything about it at all.
Honestly, I think it's impressive that we managed to put it off for 140 something episodes.
I mean, it's not like nothing advanced there. It was very pivotal to events at the keep.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's we certainly let our chickens make a full circuit around the continent before coming home to roost.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Discord. You can join that if you haven't already. It's our community hub.
yeah.
It's where the weekly schedule is, and it's where people post fan art.
You can go there to scream about this if you
You
want.
can. We
Sure
welcome
can.
it. We love it when people scream about the things that we do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fucking rip whoever it was who this is their first episode. They're
Yeah, goddamn.
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
c-
shoutouts to you!
Yeah, grats, buddy. You get the payoff to the longest slow burn in Ebon Ward.
Hold on. We entice them with starting really late, doing a dumb marble bit for a while, and then being a bummer for an hour and a half.
The dumb marble bit is peak Ebon Ward style.
That is, though.
Like, if we didn't have that in there, this episode wouldn't
Oh, we
be
have
as
2
representative
first-time
of the
watchers.
show.
Incredible.
Wow.
Incredible!
Oh my god, love you guys.
Hey, do we have an Emger?
We do,
We do,
actually.
yeah.
Let me grab that real quick. It's an Imgur, courtesy
I
of
got it.
Okay.
But you're correct about who made it.
Thank you, Bread Bunny. And Aram and not Will for getting it!
Hey, wait guys. We have a bigger thing. Where's the musty slow burn? That would be even bigger than this.
It's true, there's still a
I like to
chance.
think-
So-
I think that Musty went to Behemoth or whichever. I never remember which one we are and which one the other people are.
We're
He
in
went to the
Goliath.
British place, the awful British place, and he's having a worse adventure there somehow.
Hey, man.
I was thinking the other day, the canonical, if you were ever going to do anything with Musty Macaw ever again, I think would have been to have him show up in South, which would be hilarious, but that is not a thing that happened, or if it did, he wasn't played by me. I can tell you that right now.
I can tell you right now, I don't even think Christian knows who Musty Macaw
I
is.
know, yeah, that's why it's doubly unlikely.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? Let me get Musty Macaw's icon.
No, I don't want to look at it.
All right, I will not get Musty Macaw's icon.
Let me
but-
banish Musty Macaw.
Can we go through the Imgur now?
Yeah.
No.
All right. Ebon Ward, episode 149. There's nothing inherently wrong with Andrin. Not anymore, at least.
Damn, we missed the big 150 by 1. Oh.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
next
should
week,
have.
baby.
We should have put this off.
Should have faffed.
Should have faffed. So first from the Burbo.
I forgore.
Always for gore. Thank you very much.
Oh, hell yeah.
And where was she during Marble Catch? Betsy would have done amazing.
Betsy would have done pretty good. Betsy strong.
Thank you so much, the Burbo. Then from Yellow Michelin, Confused! Baby's
Baby's
first Ebon
Ebon
Ward!
Ward.
Welcome.
Context is for the
Hi.
week. I hope you liked it.
Hope you had fun. Next week should be back to more jovial.
Yeah, it'll be more normal while we figure out how to deal with the impending paladin invasion.
Hooray!
Hooray! Then from Silberbo.
Oh, I love how wide you make Ember knees.
Just very wide, very big.
So vague.
Thank you so much. And still from Silberbo.
Fuba!
Fuba!
That is a
shit.
fucking huge hog.
Fuba!
Yo, that could feed a village.
Fuba!
Thank you so much. From Skipped.
Dia, we need to talk.
Hi, hungry.
Please don't be mean. I'm 3 apples tall. Thank you, Skipped.
my lucky marble. In the grand scheme
How'd
of
you
things,
say
I
that
don't
with
think
your mouth?
very carefully. I do also like, in hindsight, a marble shouldn't just shatter.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't. It was clearly a really busted ass marble, so it can't be the first time she did this.
No, absolutely not. Oh, point proven.
Bananas.
My lucky marble. Amazing.
Very nice. I thought there was 100% chance of just like Embernice is going to throw the marble at me, and I'm gonna fail the easiest reflex save of my life.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm Zilberbo. Boom! Nash! Nash! Nash!
All I could think of was the beginning of Flintstones of Wilma. Hold on, do I have that sound effect still? No, I don't.
I don't know why you would.
You said Wilma on the soundboard.
No, I used to have a door slam,
Oh, I see.
but it glitched and fucked up one of my scenes. But that's all right. I have a shotgun.
Oh,
Oh.
nice. He's over, bro. Then from Ziggy.
The surge of emotion that shot through me when I saved your life taught me an even more valuable lesson. Where Garen lives in my brain. Garen
Garen?
deleted.
Very funny. God.
Then from Zilberbo.
Can we not use the word load?
Why?
Fine, give me the load.
Genuinely just not even considering that it's a wildly inappropriate word to be using.
Oh, no, I knew it was, but like, she doesn't really fully process it.
No, but Maze doesn't. Maze doesn't care. Thank you so much. What else from Zilberbo?
Nash, is there anything you'd like to dump on me?
I was born a knoll.
Fuck, dude, that's funny.
I'll take my loudest laugh of this
Play
session,
of the
worst
game.
play.
Play of the game!
Absolutely play of the game.
Thank you, Zilberbo. Then also from Zilberbo.
This is fine.
It is not fine.
It's having a rough go.
Then from Kuriyuki. Nah, it's a fantasy nautical romance book. Smooth Sea, Smoother Sailors by Ballast McGee.
Hell yeah. Look at that. A lesbian adventure romance. Ooh.
How about that?
Lovely.
Thank you, Kuriyuki. Then from Hectica?
Oh.
Hectica? Hectica.
No.
Hit the brakes!
Boom, boom, boom. Nash! Boom, 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 boom. Nash! Boom, boom, boom. Nash!
Wilma!
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Then from Red Bunny.
Rip Andrin. Well, at least you could say most people do not take this kind of journey. Introduced episode 1, died episode 2, revenated in episode 12. Given the no 100 in episode 149.
Hey, she was almost given the no by Remington.
Yeah?
Had that near miss. That was a cool moment. Also, I like that revenanted is very easy to misread as renovated.
To be fair,
you
that's...
know, we've been doing up our Andrin, replaced some of the siding.
Yeah.
God.
Thank you, Red Bunny. And then from Zilberbo. Edwin!
Did
Yeah,
not expect to get bones removed by this episode.
Look, the bone removal has been scheduled for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We were all of us party members. We were like, okay, one of these days our bones are gonna get removed.
We're
Here
gonna
it
get
comes.
shucked like a fucking clam, boys!
Oh, boy.
Well, thank you for running this, Will.
Hey, thanks for playing. Sorry it was a little shorter one and all that jazz, but
Like, sometimes the game deigns it to be the stopping point. Like, it's just how it is. Thanks to my fellow players for being here and making this awesome. You guys rock. And chat, thank you all for being here as well. Thanks for supporting the show however you do it, be it by giving us fan art, giving us money, or just being here at all. Your support, however you give it, means the absolute world to us. Thank you for being here this time, and thank you for being here next time. Say goodbye to chat, everybody.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Toodles.